Beat Making Basics.
What's going on YouTube? Beat Making Basics back again with another dope video. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe because we're coming back with bangers. Now today's video, I'm gonna be going over how to make a chill type beat in Logic Pro 10. Alright, so basically what we could do here is start off with a software instrument track, and then under instrument use the quick sampler. Okay, if you're brand new, this is the quick sampler. It's pretty simple. You just drag and drop samples right in here. For chill type beats, it's usually like some type of mellow, jazzy melody. Okay, now if you know how to play the piano, cool. But most producers, especially people who are just getting started, we need loops, and there's nothing wrong with that. So what you could do is we could get some loops from Apple Loops. Okay, come up here and search stuff here. We got descriptive words and everything like that. Let's see, we're like relaxed. This will probably like give you some chill vibes. We can also go over here and like just get like pianos. Cool. So we'll use this. Like I was saying, like chill type beats. It's kind of like music you can study to. It's low key, almost like lo-fi without the without the tape effect on it. Almost. That's pretty much kind of like chill type beats are. But anyway, this is like a real chill vibe. I like this loop, and we're gonna use this for the beat. So you could pretty much use like a MIDI keyboard if you want. I have a MIDI keyboard I'm using, the external MIDI keyboard. Otherwise, you can push Command K and use musical typing to play like your melodies and stuff. But I have a MIDI keyboard, so you want to come over here to this area and make sure you're in classic mode and click follow tempo. What that's going to do is lock the tempo in, match that up to whatever's in your project session. Okay, so we want to find like a tempo that's pretty dope. So let's lay that down. I'm gonna push R and just go ahead and play that. Okay, cool. So basically, we have our melody laid down here from a sample. I'm just gonna quantize it or quantize it. This is like the hardest word. I don't know why. Like, I want to call it quantize, but it's quantize. I don't know why I have a problem saying that joint. But anyway, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and clean this up some. So what I want to do now is, add some plugins just to basically make this like kind of more original. So first thing I'm gonna do here, I really love this plugin under modulations, the spreader. You do have to have the latest version of Logic Pro 10, but this is a bad boy right here. I love this plugin for. And even though this is not going to be a lo-fi beat, I do want to still add a little bit of like warp sound to this. And so what we can do is we can come up here to Logic iZotope. They have this free plugin called Vinyl. Download that. I'm gonna take the dust out of it and the wear out of it. We'll just mess with this warp. just something subtle. What we can also do, let me go ahead and EQ it just a little bit, and I'm gonna add a little more, like add some reverb. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the lows out, or a lot of lows actually. All right, cool. So we're gonna do that, and then the last thing we'll do is put some reverb on this. Okay, I just did force legato. Just right clicked on this. Just make sure that the note does not extend it longer than what it should be. All right, now once we have that, we can just right click on this and bounce this in place. This is gonna turn this into an audio file. And now we have all the effects and everything on it. We'll push T, go to the fade tool. We'll do a slight little fade at the beginning, a slight little fade at the ends, just so it's not like choppy. Zoom in some as well. There we go. Out this way. Back. So we have the basic start off of the melody. From here, we can start like adding in the drums. So this is pretty simple. You just go to Quick Sampler, go to Software Instrument Track under the Instrument Quick Sampler, and we can pretty much drag and drop our own drums in here. So now, if you don't have any like accounts or like, you know, drum kits or whatever from our site, beatmakingbasics.com or different places like that, you can just go over here to the Apple Loops. Once again, you know what I'm saying? Come over here and go to all drums, go to hip hop, and then like all the hip hop drums will pull up here, and we can come in here and chop those drums up. So this is a Ghost Town beat. So we could take like this beat right here. I'll put it under optimize, because optimize is optimizing for tuning, loudness, searching for loop points, and cropping silence. So that might be good for like, you know, chopping up a drum beat. So compared to original, but so we'll throw that right there. And instead of classic mode, we're gonna go to slice. And I'm just gonna go ahead and hold down Option and scroll my mouse over like this. And we can come to the very beginning of this and grab some of these sounds. So we can go over here to chromatic instead and go to white. What that's gonna do is make sure that all these notes line up to the white keys, so you don't have to go white, black, white, black, white, black. Or you can do it all black or whatever it works for you. I'm gonna put it on all white keys. If you look right here very closely, it says like the notes. So like C1, D1, E1, you know what I'm saying? It goes up the keyboard here. You can mess with the sensitivity, you know, basically come over here and edit this stuff right here. But what I'm gonna do, again, I'm gonna come over here and do this. I'm just gonna go ahead and play around with this. And so sometimes you have to come in here and actually manually put the points in here. So in that case, you would just see how I turn that sensitivity down. Come over here like this, and you can move the points around to exactly where you want it. So this is like you can kind of see the transients, which are the peak points on the samples. Like, so that would be a transient, the very top one right here, right at the very beginning. So like I can come over here, like I said, and just chop this up myself. And this should be enough for me to get the overall, like these sounds. So now let's go ahead and check this out. So I have C1, then I have D1, which is should be a hi-hat. So I can take this part out of here. So anyway, we got our drum sounds ready to go. So now what I'm gonna do is just lay down a simple drum kick pattern. Something like that. So now what we want to do is quantize this. I'm gonna go ahead and click in this grid area. If you don't know how to, get in here and edit this, you can push the scissors, click on the grid, push Command A to highlight everything. And this type of beat has more like a real solid swing on it, so the metrics are gonna be different. So what you can kind of do here is do like a 1/16 swing C. Let's see how that sounds. So I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Let's do a D. So we might try 1/8 swing E. So now we have that. I'm gonna just double this, push Command D, and I just should have up all those drum sounds. So I'm just gonna play like a hi-hat pattern. It's gonna be simple. We can come over here and quantize this, same setting. Now both of these sounds have like a real solid click noise in it, and I think it's just from the sample. Sometimes when you hear that, you can come in here and like zoom in and kind of really get fine tuned on this. So like, let me just take this back right here. To get like right on the sample. So I might have to be taking out some of this. And what I'm gonna do is just separate this. So we'll just double that. I'm holding down Option, dragging this down. And what I'm gonna do is separate these sounds. So delete that. That's gonna be our snare. And then I can like EQ it on both of these. So like this snare, kind of want that brightness in it. Cool. So we have the melody right here. You got the kick, snare, hat. So let's keep on going here. That feel might not work in here. I'm gonna just turn it off right quick. I was pretty much just looking for like an open hi-hat sound that we can like grab. We can just say open. Okay. So I'm in here. In the classic mode, you can put like a fade points on this. So I'm gonna add that note in there. All right, last thing we really do to this beat, we can add like a bass line to it. So we can come over here to default patches under software instrument, create, and just come over here. I'm just gonna close that, go to bass. And it's basically listening to the actual melody and the first note you hear, you want to sound it out on the piano until you find it. So, found it as E. cool. I'd like to keep things simple, man. And so we're gonna just play those 3 notes. Now we're just gonna quantize this. Now what do we have here? Another thing we could do here is boost this, well, not boost it, but transpose this melody to like an octave higher. So pretty much what I did is came back to the original melody track that we got the sample from, and double this. And then basically what I'm gonna do is come in here and move this up an octave. You can right click and do it, or you can use the hotkeys or whatever. So now we're gonna bounce this in place. Okay, so now we have a melody 2, we got a melody 1, we got a bass line. And the beat really is almost, for the most part, done. So in our next video, what we're gonna be doing is arranging this beat in song format and then probably mixing it. So this cake, like, stay tuned for the next video. We're gonna finish this beat and everything like that. If you're brand new, again, get subscribed to the channel, because I mean, we have hundreds of videos, we got real lit content, and we're gonna always come to give you those bangers. So make sure you get subscribed. And also, if you want to go further, where you want to go to the next level, you know, go to my site, beatmakingbasics.com. We have full video courses there that you can download and use and start, you know, using instantly, right there on our site. You also have some like loop kits that are royalty free, drum kits, some mixing templates, and then I have some services that I offer as well: beat mixing, one-on-one consultations, and then collabing. So you can head to the site, check it out. And if you don't do anything else, just hit that like button and subscribe button, man. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought, man. I'll holler at y'all in the next one.